welcome back. Now, we've got a star-filled, action-packed half hour still to come this morning.
Yep, EastEnders Little Mo reveals how you can look glamorous and feel feminine in the latest new fashions of the 1950s. And also you could win an exotic trip to Morocco.
But now, when you're pottering around the home, do you ever wonder if that old pot you inherited from your grandma or that picture you picked up at a bring and buy is actually worth anything? Barbara, Lynn and Graham all wrote to us wanting to know a little more about a few of the pieces that they had laying around at home. Now, they've got our expert, Jamie Breese, extremely excited. Apparently, one of them will be leaving here feeling decidedly richer than they did when they arrived this morning, and we know as much as you do. So, Jamie, what do we have? What sort of collections have we got here? Hi, team. Nice to see you.
Hello, guys. We have the official launch of Cash or Trash, I'm very pleased to say. Barbara from Spennymoor in County Durham has brought some cottage wear from the 1930s and a hooker from India, 1880s. Quickly, Cash or Trash, which one?
Cash for the collection, yes.
Well, you're always right. You're right again. It has to be said. Brilliant stuff, made in the interwars. It was cheap to buy, a bit of a novelty item, very bright after the war years. It's a fantastic collection. There's about 33 pieces. Prices in Kensington, Beswick, we've all heard of Beswick. The big question is, though, fantastic, but how much? What is it all worth, Barbara?
To me, I think about £200.
That's an awful lot of money.
How much were you buying the pieces for?
Well, maybe it's £5 here, £10 there.
Okay.
Well, if I told you that this gravy boat was worth £80 and the cruet set was worth £75 and all the teapots were worth £65, I'll be telling you that the total value of everything here today is 1,300 quid. Bada bing, bada bing.
1,300?
How much for the hooker?
Give me £2 and I'll be happy, man.
All right. 30, and you just brought all this down on the train?
Yes, me and my sister Sandra, 2 suitcases, packed with care.
You'll be taking it home even more carefully.
More carefully, yes.
OK, next one.
It's an in value as well. Lynn has come from Gallow Shields in Scotland. And you've brought along 2 great items. Firstly, we have a tin monkey. OK, it opens up.
Have one of those.
And if you open up, you can see that it's a powder puff.
Oh, my goodness.
And a lipstick holder. Very nice.
Fabulous.
And then also, I'll just
What's
put
that,
that down
30s
there.
or something?
That is the 1920s or 1930s either. Take your pick. And then I'll put that down there. And then I've also brought in a standard 8mm film camera.
Right.
Cash or trash? Which one is cash?
Going to go for the monkey.
Really? You're too good at this. I can never beat you. One day, you're absolutely right. This was made by the very, very famous German tin toy manufacturer in the 30s. You're absolutely right. It is worth how much? Over to you, Lynn.
About £50.
50 quid?
I feel it's more than that.
You're not far off. If it was in mint condition, we'd say 500 or 600 quid. I'm going to say 350 today. 350 notes.
It is so pretty. You must hang on to that, because that's so collectible, isn't it?
Absolutely.
All right, and now... Oh, things are feeling good.
Yeah, this is looking good for you, isn't it?
It's the thing which is worth an awful lot of money.
It's won a lot of money.
OK, lastly, moving swiftly on, Graham from Strood in Kent, thank you very much, coming along and bringing along 1,000 autographs. Almost all of them are genuine. Out of the ones you've had a look at here, there are a few duds.
Oh, really?
By the way, it's
I had an album once with Barbara Streisand's signature.
It's a good one.
Oh, God, that's worth about 8 pence now, if you're lucky, to write on the back as notepaper.
Can I have a look at that one?
we've got the cast of
So have you've got something here that's not genuine, have
3 or
you?
4 of them are not genuine.
Oh, really?
OK, I think
George
Charles
Michael.
and Diana is...
George Michael, not genuine.
I have to say, you're not right, Philip. I finally beaten
I
you.
think that one isn't genuine.
This is genuine. This is the Duchess of York's wedding music, signed Single Graham.
Oh,
I don't
doing
really
very
know
well
where you
then,
got this
yeah,
from.
right.
It's 30 quid.
What about
George
Barbara
Michael.
Streisand, then?
Barbara Streisand, lovely story. Barbara Streisand, up until recently, her secretary was signing everything. This is an original, because, Graham, you got it.
I got it myself,
Well, I never.
150 to 200 notes. But in total, the collection is fantastic. We've got some duds here. These are facsimiles, or copies, as we call them.
Yeah.
Oh, what, Jeannie Redknapp?
Jamie Redknapp and the cast of... it's a studio picture, we call it. And of
So
course,
how much for the whole lot?
This one alone is not auto pen. It's a genuine signature from Charles and Diana. It's a birthday card from the early 90s. It's worth £1,000 to £1,500.
Wow.
The total collection, Graham, how much is it all worth?
I don't know.
You don't know. You've got
Do you have any
1,000.
idea how much you might
No,
No?
How much have you spent
Probably-
on it?
nothing. Apart from train fares to the theatres and things like that.
This is the thing which philographists or people who collect autographs love to hear. Genuine, authentic signatures. Bold, clear signatures. In person. We're talking a total value of 20,000 large. But to sell 10 grand at an auction or on the internet, that is a hell of a
So
collection.
insure it for 20,000.
Yeah.
My word, which is the most expensive one? Do you think
I love the non-auto pen Charles and Di, because a lot of
Yeah.
time they use a device which they just print them out, you know.
And it looks like them.
It looks like it, but I'm pretty convinced that
Where
is.
did you get this from, did you say?
A friend of mine had it as a Christmas card from Charles
them?
and Diana.
From
and
They let you have it?
Yeah, she gave it to me.
She
worked for Diana.
She's going to want it back now.
Dear me.
Brilliant.
Okay, now, thank you all very much.
£20,000.
Are you all happy?
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
very.
Yeah, very.
I'll be
Thank you.
happy. I'll be happy when I get my
Jamie.
commission.
He's going to be
Yeah.
smiling all the way, aren't you?
Right, Jamie, now, because we're doing 50s flavour today,
We are.
we've brought in some 50s collectibles. Could you just whiz through them if
I'll whiz
you've
through
got
them.
these at home?
Can I just plug my double bass, my invisible double bass? Da-dung. OK,
Hildog
Basic-
and
I've got
Ducks.
those.
these are reproduction, they're not the basic ones. If they're originals, Flying Ducks, very closely associated with the 50s from Flying Duck Enterprises of London. They kindly lent them to us. These are worth about £30 at the moment. The originals are worth 500.
Oh, are they?
Oh, right, I've got one.
Oh, that's not
Original.
much good, is it?
No, it's
One.
worth threepence.
You need a set of 5 on those.
Oh, 5? Blimey. Telly?
Iconic, the most collectible telly of all time. It's the Bush TV 22A, early 1950s. Of course, the Coronation came about, and that's the thing which got people to switch from radio to TV, and of course this morning. And this is worth about £300 to £350. It's the material of 1,000 uses, Bakelite.
Bakelite, yeah.
Absolutely, I just bought
Telephone
it.
material.
I just bought that.
Lovely. Does it work?
This is yours. This is yours, is it?
You can turn it into a fish tank, let me tell you that.
This is yours, is it?
It is now mine.
Is it? Huh?
Tea's made.
Tea's made to be awoken by the glow of the internal lights and a hot cup in the
The
morning.
Goblin tea's
The
made.
Goblin tea's made, classic 50s. I have to say, design fault is that you set your alarm clock for 7 o'clock, it would start rattling at about 22. Totally doesn't work. OK, that's the bottom line. 60 quid to a tourist.
Oh.
That's what I used to charge. And then, last 2 items, I'm sure you recognise this.
Yeah, with dance set. We had a dance set.
They became a generic name like Hoover, Dance Set. This is the original. Don't forget the Teenage didn't exist before the 1950s. This allowed them to listen to the new 45s, which arrived in 55 or 54, and experience the pleasure of rock and roll with all the fashions, which I'm sporting today.
Yeah.
You're looking very good.
60 quid. Last but no means
60.
least, we have what every serviceman needs. It's pin-up art from the Korean War in the 50s, of course. A swimsuit sweetie encouraging you to write home to your sweetheart. Probably not the best thing is to plaster it with other attractive ladies, but we'll worry about that another time. Very collectible, these things.
Oh, really?
Ephemera.
And?
I would say, at this moment in time, between £40 and £60 in good condition. It's a bit of paper.
How very interesting.
So the chances are you might have a couple of these things in the attic, and
really hope so.
and sort of looking at sort of 40, 60 pounds. So nothing worth a
worth
massive.
hanging
What's the
on to.
what's the thing from the 50s that's worth a fortune if you've got one?
OK, designer furniture. OK, for stuff like by Charles E. and Charles and Rames, we've heard of them, of course. And some of the Italian... We nearly had a chair on the show, actually. It was very, very expensive. Thousands and thousands of pounds. A diamond chair from 1952. Of course, any of the 50s jukeboxes, they're worth 10, 20 grand upwards.
Well, Jamie, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very
and
much
thank
indeed.
you all very much for bringing all your treasures in for us too. Fantastic. Well, if you've got any items that you'd like Jamie to have a look at, drop a line, including any relevant photographs to Cash or Trash, 17 Hatfields, London SE18DJ. Now then, in just a few minutes, inside actress Casey Ainsworth's 50s wardrobe and why she's revived the fashion that we can all wear. That's at 12:15.